Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming a full face of new products. I have a lot of bold colors here to play with today, so I think we're going to end up with something really fun. So before we get started, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I wanted to give a mini update on the Kosas sunscreen. I believe this breaks me out. I haven't changed anything in my diet or my skincare routine other than this product, and I woke up with some blemishes here and there. And I also found while I wore this, it developed kind of like a pungent scent. It was like a sunscreeny smell, but it still was there and it bothered me throughout the few days I was testing this. So I'm back on my Belief SPF, and I don't think that this is the best option for those of us with oilier complexions who are more prone to blemishes. So that's my little update on this one. I'm going to be passing it along to somebody else. It just isn't a fit for my life. But let's get into the makeup, and I'm going to be trying out this foundation finally. This is the YSL All Hours foundation. It says here that it has a luminous matte finish, and I have the shade LN6. And I'm going to apply that with my favorite foundation brush, the BK Beauty 101. Let's see how this goes. I hope this is a better match for my skin tone now. I had to wait till my tan faded. Oh, you guys are way too far. Come on in. And I'm just going over with this funny sponge that came with this foundation. I don't know how I feel about this shape, but we'll see how it goes. I feel like rounded ones make more sense. They kind of cup better to your skin, but this one might be nice for the under eye actually. Feels nice and squishy, and I did moisten it. So now I'm going to go in with a concealer I know and love because I have another little eye brightener I want to try. So this is the LYS Triple Fix Concealer in the shade LN3. And I'm giving this foundation a second to really blend into my skin and settle down before I give a close-up. But it's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, it is a pretty good sponge for the under eye. It's very, very soft, so it does form around the contours of your face here, so that's good. It was funny, when I was going over my foundation with this sponge, I was like, is it removing it? No, it's actually super, super skin-like and seamless and very thin feeling on my skin, which I like, but it had a good amount of coverage. Like, it corrected my little pimples I had pretty well, but it feels very comfortable, and the shine is really, really nice. It's luminous, but it feels like it's going to stick around. Here's what it looks like close up. So far this foundation feels promising. I haven't been feeling that enthused by all of the foundation releases as of late, but this one feels different. Like, it feels like it's going to wear well on my skin. Everything else has been very skincare forward and very dewy, and that doesn't always work for my skin type. But now I wanted to give this Milani Under Eye Brightener a shot. Finally saw these at Shoppers Drug Mart, which I was really excited about. I know these have been out for probably over a year now, but I just have never seen them in person. But I picked up this rose shade, but they also have some contour ones too that I picked up just for a future full face of drugstore makeup. I just am too excited about this one. This is what the packaging looks like. It's a mini version of like the Charlotte Tilbury ones, which is really nice for the under eye. So I'm just gonna brighten it up here. I also wanted to see what the color looked like next to the Maybelline I've been loving so much. So this is the Milani on the back of my hand, and here is Maybelline. Maybelline is a lot sheerer, but similar. It's a similar thing. And I just quickly set my under eyes using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. Sorry if you can hear some background noises. I have a painter working in the house, so if you hear that, If it's picking it up, that's what it is. But now I'm going to bronze, contour, and highlight using the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Sculpting palette. So this is what it looks like. I'm actually really excited about this. I do wish that there was more difference in these ones here, but I guess they're all different undertones. So yeah, okay. Let's do a little contour with this one here. Very nice, very sheer, but it still added a lot to my face. So I'm going to do the same to my jaw. And I'm using this Sephora brush. This is an old brush, but it's very similar to the 55 from Sephora collection. So if you want a similar size and shape, that one's the best. Okay, that looks nice actually. And now I'm going to bronze with, maybe I'll mix and mix. That's too deep for sure. I find that these ones are very orange up top here. So I might mix this deep neutral brown with warm tan right here. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that looks better. The one thing about these palettes though, I'm remembering now, because they brought one out that had a similar concept. It was like foundation, concealer, blush, highlight, and bronzer. And I thought I was going to really like it, but I found the pans to feel pretty greasy-like, and it's feeling the same here. And I don't like how all of the shades look very orange. Not my favorite, but I'm going to mix a little bit more of that cool shade I went in with first to kind of neutralize this. I think that'll help a lot. It's just a little bit of a learning curve, but I don't know if I like its feeling and finish. It feels very greasy. I'm going to go over everything again with that first shade I went in with just to neutralize it. I wanted to see if I could create like my own bronzing shade first, aside from using the contour color in there, but I should have just done that first. I should have trusted my gut, but it's okay. And I'm just going to grab my BK Beauty foundation brush with whatever's left on this brush to go on top of that, especially around the edges, just to calm that down because that kind of got out of hand there. Better. You can kind of see the finish on the back of my hand here too. You can just see how glowy it is. Not my favorite, unfortunately. But I'm also going to use this to highlight because I don't have another option. And I'm going to be using this shade right here. This one right here. And I'm using this BK Beauty 108 brush. That is a really pretty highlight though. That does look really nice. It's so sheer, but illuminating at the same time. Just what you want in a highlighter. I might grow on this product, we'll see, but I'll let you know. First off, I think the colors can work. Like, of course, you'd have to just get a little creative by mixing your own shades all the time, but it's just the finish I'm most concerned about at this point. I'm going to be using a powder blush today, so I'm just going to set the center of my face with my powder. Nice. I want to see what this foundation looks like set now. That looks lovely. I'll bring you in close again. Very seamless. It's not texture enhancing at all. Very smoothing, and it's very undetectable too. So this foundation is so far checking a lot of my boxes. I have a lot of bougie brands in today's video actually. So now I'm going to be using one of these Armani blushes. They sent over 2 shades. This one looks really cute. This is the shade 51, and this one over here is 9. I don't know where they pulled those numbers, but they're kind of very random, but these are them. They look cute. So here's 51 and there is 9. Really deep wine shade. Let's see if I could sheer these out because that might be a little too intense for my skin tone. It looks like I could sheer it out. But I think I'm going to go in with this pink one here. I think that one looks lovely. And I'm going to apply that with another BK Beauty brush. This is the 107, becoming one of my favorite blush brushes for powders. So they do have a little bit of a luminous glow to them. They kind of remind me of the Gucci Beauty blushes in a sense, They feel very similar in the pan. Yeah, I get very similar vibes. Nice, slow builders. So they're perfectly pigmented. You're not going to overwhelm your face, but it still adds a lot of dimension to your skin and the perfect amount of glow that you can build up. Let's see. The one thing about this design pressed into the pan, you really want to make sure you kind of even out the amount of product on your brush first, because that can imprint on your brush and make your blush application look patchy. So you just want to really work it into your palm first before going in, and then you'll get a smoother result. That's kind of my advice across the board whenever there's a design in the pan. Okay, that's cute, but it doesn't feel that special to me. I feel like it feels like a lot of other things, like I was comparing them to. They honestly, yeah, it just feels like a nice powder blush with a little bit of glow, and it's a nice easy building formula. So kind of easy to love, but easy to find anywhere else. Now that I'm giving this blush another look, it's actually pretty glittery, and it's not the good kind of glitter. It's kind of this scattered type that makes things look a little patchy and uneven and textured. So that one shade at least I think is a write-off for me. But now I'm just going to quickly do my brows and prime my lids before we get into the eyes, so please enjoy the brow intermission. Now it's time for us to get colorful, because Melt Cosmetics came out with their annual, it hurts my eyes to look at this palette, not gonna lie, this annual 420 collection. This year it's called the Electrip collection, and yeah, that's gonna make me hypnotized or something. It's like one of those eye things where if you look at it, it makes it look like it's spinning, and then when I'm looking away, all I can see is these spirals, so that's a lot. But this is the color story they gave us this year. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of blues and greens, and I also have these Urban Decay 24/7 inks. Ren, you just missed brow intermission time. It's not the time. And in the Urban Decay inks, I have this shade, which I think will look really cool with this palette. So let's get creative. I'm going to start by setting my upper lid here with my Huda Beauty powder, just so I have some good slip to my lid. And I'm also going to add a little bit extra to the inner portion of my eye. He doesn't like when workers are here, you guys. Ran, baby, go to bed. And I'm putting this... Ran, I'm not talking to you. Why? Because I'm working. I have to do this to afford your expensive pee-pee food. But I'm doing this because I don't like having a lot of eyeshadow in the center of my lid here. I feel like it makes my eyes look a little close together sometimes. So just doing that to prevent that from happening. Let's just go with the flow. I have a loose idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to start off with the shade Bang, which is kind of an electric peachy orange. And I'm going to put this in my crease. Oh, I'm going to do something different than what I had in mind now. Okay, we're going to go pretty full on with this color. Initially it was just going to be like a subtle little peekaboo of this color, but I think that's going to look so nice with this lime green. Very summery, like a little tangerine. Now I'm taking this Smith 233 brush to add an opaque amount of that to the outer corner. It's a little bit patchy. It's not sticking to where I want it to stick very well. It's a little dry. Now I'm taking the shade Strawberry Fields, which is the red on the end. What's going on? Ugh, I haven't encountered this kind of thing in such a long time. These feel very dry. It's kind of refusing to build on top of the initial layer of shadow. And this isn't a place I set with more eyeshadow primer, or powder, rather, sorry. Okay. Yeah, feels dry. Now I'm taking the shade Magic Mush, which is the electric lime green on the other side. Wow. and I'm putting that in the negative space we left. Put aside this palette for a second, and I'm going to take that 24/7 ink in the shade Freak. And this has a really interesting shape to it. It has like a nice area where you can hold on and grasp the pen. So we'll see if that actually helps me or do the opposite. But so far I feel like I have a really good grip on it. And I'm going to do a nice wing. And I actually played with these a little bit yesterday, and they're actually very impressive, especially this shade, because every shade like this I've ever tried has always been either chalky and crumbly or not pigmented enough, but it doesn't. It actually stays really well. It actually stains a bit too, which is kind of good for it to really hold on and last. You can see here. Looks kind of like a bruise now. Let's keep it going. Uh-oh. Oh my god, it looks like a freaking banana. Okay. But I wanted to incorporate the black one too. But while I let that kind of dry down, I'll swatch all of the shades they sent over. And this is an interesting collection because some of them are felt tips and some of them are brush tips, but most of the ones with brush tips have shimmer in it. So this blue shade is really pretty. It's the shade High Energy, and it has a little bit of a glitter in it, but it's very smooth and it doesn't seem to get clogged with glitter. The second one, which is the black one, is the shade Zero. Then we have the white one named Ozone. The gunmetal green, the gunmetal oil, the gunmetal gray is Oil Slick, and the last one of course is Freak. But taking the black, this one is a brush tip, which I do prefer. I'm going to outline it. Not bad at all. Okay. Now I'm going to fill it in a second time using the green one, and this is also going to help sharpen it up. I kind of slayed that. This color story reminds me of what? Like a tropical drink or something? What is it? And I'm going to take that Bang shade, which was the first shade we went in with, and I'm going to put that on my lower lashes just to tie things together. You know what? I'm also going to put the blush there. So I'm bringing that blush right up to my under eye now. We're getting creative here. And for my inner corner, I was thinking of using this icy blue, but I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna get toucan vibes. I already am, but I'm going to use this one. It's a little bit more subtle. That's the shade Saturn. Why did I say it like that? Saturn. So now I'm going to recreate this eye on the other side, and I'll be right back. I also have the YSL mascaras here, and I'm actually really excited for the brown one because it actually looks like a nice brown shade. It's not like a blackened brown. It has that nice softness, but I think I need to go in with black today, especially because I used a little bit of it in the eyeliner. But here's a swatch of the brown on my hand. See, it's like a nice softy brown in comparison to what we see a lot of the time. But let's go in with the black. This is the Lash Clash mascara. I've heard really good things about this actually. It's supposed to be super dramatic and volumizing. What was that word? I got nervous there to say volumizing. So far this feels like a very volumizing formula. I'm just not a huge fan of this wand. I find it to be a little bit big, so I'm not feeling the most confident while using it, but the formula is following through my lashes nicely. And another thing I've noticed is that the bristles are a little bit pokey and fluffy, so it's kind of irritating my like waterline a little bit, but I think I'll have to just get used to it. I've also noticed it actually might be a little heavy for my lashes because it just completely took away the curl I added prior to it. So I'm now realizing all of the videos that I saw praising these were TikToks. Lashgate 2.0, just kidding. Feeling a little disappointed in the mascara, but we'll see. Maybe I'll give it a few days. who knows? But here are the eyes of the day. I really like them. This is really fun. And I feel like I should be drinking a cup of orange juice or something on the beach, you know? Hopefully a mimosa, actually. I somehow irritated my eye though. It's starting to feel itchy. Okay, so now let's move on to lips. I have a few things here. First being these lipsticks that came with the Electrip collection. And I feel like I should try one on. Let's try this green one on just for fun. And then I might try something else. Whoa. It's actually kind of awesome. This is very Slytherin vibes. That's all I'm getting from this. I mean, that is so fun. It's not really for me, but I mean, it's so fun to apply for a little bit, you know? Very reflective and opaque. I'm actually very impressed in the opacity and the quality. Very nice. Kind of really fun too. I'm kind of loving it. It's growing on me very quickly here. Would I ever wear this? Probably not, but I'm loving it right now. This is so cool. Okay. Cool. Could you imagine if it stains? It does. Oh my god. Shit. Oh no. Oh no, no. I look like that guy from Game of Thrones. The guy from the House of the Undying with the gray lips. But yassified because there's a little bit of glitter residue. I should have checked to see if it was going to stain me first. Not me having a date later. You want a kiss? These gray dead lips? Hey guys, it's not coming off with my strongest makeup remover. I'm starting to panic. It's not very funny anymore. It's starting to not be funny, you guys. You guys, it's not funny. Oh, I'm gonna have to commit to like a black lipstick. Here's the other color swatched on my hand. So the green one is the shade Muse. The blue, which is really, really pretty, it's like a very royal blue, is the shade Free Love. And the orange is Sunburst. Yeah, and they're lip stains. Now that I'm seeing this stained on my hands, I remember that these are lip stains. That's why I was like, this is gonna stain. Damn it. My bad, I made an oopsies. I think this will look really cool. I'm going to go in with a black lipstick duo. So I'm starting with the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in the shade Whatever Black. And I'm taking the e.l.f. Cosmetics O Face lipstick in the shade All Night, which is so impressive. This is such an impressive shade. It's so black and opaque, but comfortable. Okay, this is kind of fun with a black lipstick. I was going to go for like a soft pink cute thing, but here we are. I think this worked out in my favor because I've been meaning to create a look around this black lipstick, so thank you. I am so in love with my eye look today. I need to play more with this outlined eyeliner because how cool does this look, right? How fun. I think overall this makeup look turned out really fun and awesome, so I'm happy about that. Now I'm going to go through all of the new products I tried out today and give you my first impression thoughts. First, starting off with the YSL All Hours Foundation. This feels like it has a lot of potential. This is one of the highlight products for me today. It worked so nicely. It feels very seamless and lightweight on my skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing any foundation, which is a quality I love. It had a good amount of coverage for such a thin consistency, and it collaborated with all of these products so well. And I had a bunch of different finishes and textures here, and nothing disturbed this foundation, nor did this foundation disturb those items. It just worked wonderfully for me today. So this one is giving me a lot of hope and excitement. I'm intrigued to try this out again. Moving on to the Milani Under Eye Brightener. This feels exactly the same as the Maybelline one. Honestly, it felt so similar that I feel like I just breezed past this product. It just felt a little bit thicker in consistency, and I feel like it had a more drastic, dramatic, and I feel like it did a little bit more of a dramatic job than the Maybelline one. So on days where I want to wear a little bit more makeup or I want a more dramatic effect, I think I'd grab this one, and I'm intrigued to see how this one works with that spring look I've been doing a lot with the pink blush and the pink on the eye. I think this would look really cute with that. So that one feels promising too, and it looks really nice under my eyes. It did its job. I just love pink under eye brighteners. They bring me so much joy. So I'm happy to have another in my collection. Moving on to the Sculpting palette from Makeup Forever. I'm not feeling the most excited about this, which is sad because it was actually one of the products I was looking forward to using the most today. At this point of the video, I feel like I almost forgot about this product. I don't know why, it's just not feeling that special to me. I just am not feeling the most confident in its finish. It just feels like it's going to disappear on me throughout the day. I feel like it has faded a little bit. I don't know. I just don't see myself gravitating towards this too much. I feel like it doesn't offer me enough, even though it has all of these shades. I feel like I wish there was a bigger difference in some of these colors. I feel like some of them don't go deep enough. I just wish there was a bigger variety between this side right here. You know what I'm feeling? I hope you do. And for the blush, I think you could pass on this one. I think this color is really cute, but it doesn't feel that special, and it has that chunky glitter that can make it look a little patchy. I don't know, I feel like there's far better out there. These are just okay in my eyes and on my cheeks. Moving on to the eye products, I am very impressed with the 24/7 inks from Urban Decay. These are awesome. I think they put a lot of thought into these, especially how each one has like a different brush. Some of them are felt, some of them are brushes, and it feels very intentional. And I really like the handle. I didn't know if it was going to help me or make things a little bit more complicated, but it helped me to get the right stabilization, and it's in the perfect spot too, just so that you get that precise detail. I think these are awesome. These feel like they were created with a purpose, and that purpose is very useful. So I just know I'm going to be using these quite a bit. And I just wanted to say again that I am so impressed with the shade Freak. It is so nice and opaque and dramatic and matte, but not tightening on the eye, nor is it crisping up. It feels so good, and it's so, I'm just so happy to have this in my collection. I would have died for this in the past. I've tried so many eyeliners in this shade, and they've always disappointed me extremely. So this feels really, really nice to find this treasure. So highly recommend those. Those are awesome. Moving on to the other eye products. For the Electrip palette from Melt, I think you could go without this one. It feels very dry, honestly, and so do the shimmers. They're not like the other Melt Cosmetics shimmers. They feel very drying, and they don't have like a lot of opacity to them. Like I had to build it up quite a bit. Although the shade is formulated nice, some of them are a bit sheer in consistency. I feel like this is going to be one of those palettes I quickly forget about. It doesn't feel that special to me, and the formula was a little bit dry, and the matte formulation was disappointing and harder to work with, which I have not encountered in such a long time, so that took me by surprise. For the mascara, I'm still really excited to try out the brown mascara, but the black one kind of disappointed me today. It didn't really offer my lashes that much. It kind of just irritated my eyes a little bit, and it was more difficult than it needed to be. I prefer a lot of other mascaras out there. We'll see if it grows on me or if I grow on it rather, but right now I'm feeling like I could go without it, to be honest. For these Melt Cosmetics lipsticks, I mean, if you're into the colors, go for it. I mean, they work. They're very opaque, and the shimmer is very consistent, and they stain. They stain to nothing I personally would wear, but maybe you have a very different style than me, or you have an event coming. Like I could see someone doing something with this for like a Harry Potter event. I don't know, very Slytherin vibes. But there we have it. Those are all of my first impression thoughts on the new things I tried out today. Let me know if you've tried any of these products yourself and what you think of them. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It would help me out a lot over here. And I'll make sure to link all of the products I used in today's video in the description down below. So feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.